దీనికన్నా మెయిన్ ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే డ్రైనేజ్ మెయిన్ స్టాగ్నేటెడ్ వాటర్ ఫిల్స్ దీనికి స్ట్రాబెర్రీకి ఈ రెండింటికి వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్.
Malaysia, we have seen the farm there. Sorry to say that, like that was a better place than this.
Was it?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, no.
Very sweet and all.
Yes, okay.
And we have visited one farm which was about 50 acres.
It's no problem to do first. Yeah. Super. It's no problem to do. You're talking about the first harvest. This we're doing only during the summer time when it's no cold. Okay? So we're using the net shade. This over here we're using the greenhouse because this is for winter time. We can do during summertime when we don't need it, we can do only hardening under or nursery under net shade, we have no problem. But still I think this is better because this is no shade. In night shade, in the moment you take it from 50% out, you will suffer. Over here you are able to control with the plastic. Okay, over here we have plastic and we have a shade because it's for the pineapple. Okay?
దీంట్లో ఓన్లీ వన్ ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే డ్రైనేజ్.
So, but I think both are good. But I think it's no problem
Drainage,
to do nursery in a net.
వాటర్ అయితే ఆగదు ఇది.
Everybody is doing it also in Israel.
కరెక్ట్గా సీడ్ మెటీరియల్ దొరికితే చంపేయచ్చు మన సైడ్. కానీ మనంతా ఓపెన్ ఫీల్డ్.
ఇది రెండు సార్లు
అంటే ఎందుకు తీసా?
Israeli soil is very very heavy, and pineapple need a very very light soil. Okay, so what we're doing, we growing the pineapple in these containers, and with the media that's very familiar to the media that you saw that we're growing the bananas. By that we are able to control, okay, the pH of the soil and all the things and the elements that we need to give to the pineapple. Also we found out that the pineapple doesn't like straight direction. He like a little bit, okay, shading, okay, because the countries it comes from is countries that have a lot of rain, and then it's usually the sky is covered with clouds. So what we're doing is that we're putting some net shade above the plastic. Why we put plastic? Again, because we have many rain and cold, and we want to keep it in control environment. Okay, so. And you can see we have also dripper over here. We have laterals of dripper, and we also have sprinklers. Usually, according to the climate and the season, we're playing with combination between the sprinklers that come from above to the dripper that come direct to the roots. Now you can see we're working with very very high density. It's about 80,000 plants per hectare. 80,000 plants per hectare, while in all the world they're growing usually 40,000 plants per hectare. Okay, so it's a huge difference. We're getting huge yields. Okay, we're getting huge yields for it, and it's worth it because the price of pineapple in Israel is non-logical. From one head like this, it's about $10. $10 because people does not succeed to grow pineapple in Israel. You need a very, very big investment, okay, in order to be able to grow pineapple.
First wash, that side's cut, and then coring. We core pieces.
Then, okay, are able to raise such a project. So this is the story. But as you see, it's a big, big investment, okay, but also it's a big money that come out of it. Okay, so this is how we grow pineapple. Okay, let's continue.
The pineapple yield percent is very low. It's like between 1 to 4.
1 to 4.
Yes, 1 to 4 roots.
Okay, 4 fruits.
No, how many shoots? How many shoots per?
Between 1 to 4 shoots to one mother. But it depends how much time you wait.
Yeah.
If we take it now out, we don't have shoots. But if we wait like half a year, so we have more.
Let's go, Hanan.
But we have another kind in Israel that you have like between 8 to 10 shoots. But
But whenever.
Everything is covered. Okay, over here you can see plantation, but everything is tissue culture plants. Okay, everything is tissue culture plants, and over here you can see now the sprinkler is working to cool down a little bit the environment. Okay, and you can see a better look because it's young. You can see this package where we put when we putting the media that we're growing. And somebody asked me how many years you keep it. So the idea over here, it's very simple. Okay, over here we are like the Indians. Okay, we're doing very high density, one crop out, new tissue culture, and again. Okay, this is the idea, because we don't want to start to wait for the suckers to come and all this. We're just doing a crop, take it out, pull it over, replanting with tissue cultures. This day the MD2 is a very good variety. It's much less acidity than the Cayenne, okay, that you might recognize. It's more sweeter, it's called Golden Sweet, and it did a big revolution in the pineapple world, because usually a lot of people are suffering from the acidity of the pineapple. But this one is much more comfortable to eat. People like it more, they don't suffer, okay? They don't suffer, and they buy much more pineapple for fresh, as fresh fruit, instead of buy pineapple in cans, okay? And we try now, people in India are not familiar. We try now we already transfer some pineapple material to Indian labs, okay, to try to promote it and push this variety inside India. So if someone of you is interested in it, we can later on speak about it.
Doesn't have the knobs in it?
It has. It's the natural property of pineapple.
They are saying that it has.
No, he's talking about acidity. Acidity.
No, the acidity is lower. The acidity is lower, it's more sweet.
אפשר מפה ובית גברות. מפה ובית גברות.
אורי, תביא אותם לפה, בחייך, יאללה.
You have in India plants covered like this?
No,
You don't have
we don't have.
at all. You are covering banana plants at all,
Not at all. Always open.
and you think it's going towards this solution, or you will never do it in India?
What is the cost factor and the benefit out of it? So we have to analyze that.
כולה שערורייה.
ואז שמאלה בגשר עירי.
מוריד לך את כל הזה. אוקיי, guys. First, look over here on the right, look on the left. You see the difference with the blue bags that we have? Huge difference, much more over here, okay? This is the Zenith variety, okay? What we were talking about earlier, this is the Zenith variety that is very short, okay? And is very quick. But on the other hand, you have to understand that when you're growing banana, okay? When you're growing banana in a subtropical weather, what can happen is that because all these bananas over here, the floral differentiation took place during the winter, the bunches are not in full size. But the bunches is not in full size because usually the bunches size in Israel are double the size that you see over here, okay, during the main season. that is from July, or June, July, August, September, but the prices of these bunches will be 4 or 5 times more than in the main season. But what happened with this variety? Because it's so quick, it's gonna give one bunch that we're gonna harvest in about 1 month time, and then you're gonna give another in the same year another bunch. Okay, so we'll get 2 bunches, and the other bunch already the floral differentiation will take place during the good weather, and the bunch will be about 42-43 kg. Okay, so for Israel this variety is very suitable because it's quick, it's giving more atuz, and is also short, so we don't have to spend and build a very big, very high net. Okay, so if we just let's go. Okay, I will in Israel this year the winter was very cold. The temperature dropped below the 0, and usually if you were in another place in the world, and I will tell you, and I will tell you that we growing banana in a temperature that got lower than 0, you said no way. But as you asked before, you asked us before, through the years, the resistance of the Israeli clones are getting better and better to compete with cold weather, and we're improving it all the time. So even after -2 degrees in this plantation, although you see the leaves are a little bare and stuff like that, still the plantation is alive. The plantation did not die. Okay, he went out of it and is now giving bananas. Maybe the bananas are a little bit smaller, but it's much less fruit in Israel this year, so the prices will be very high. And the next generation, okay, hopefully, okay, will flower in September, the second round, okay, and the bunches already will be very healthy and very big, and will give us a good good food. So now you can see all these marks over here. Okay, you see all these marks over here, and this is what we told you. This plantation is quite new. This is now going to the 4th generation. Okay, the 4th generation. As I mentioned before, in Israel we grow in banana plantation sometimes 20-25 years. We don't do only monocrop or 2-cycle crop like you guys do in India. And this one we selected, and if the people find that this bunch is okay, this year maybe they won't look at him so much because they know he's been affected by the cold. And next year this one will be also good. That means that can be one of our mother sources for our mother culture, the one that we are sending to all the world. Because again, I'm not sure Tila mentioned it, or maybe she is, but actually in Israel, in the beginning of the 80s, we used to be one of the biggest producers of banana all around the world. But later on, and then in these days, the tissue culture was quite unique. Now everybody knows how to do tissue culture. It's not such a big problem, if you say the truth, okay? If you follow the protocols and do what you need, you even can have a good product. And so we cannot compete with labs in India, for example, that are using much cheaper labor than we are, okay? And we were in my car. We were talking before, and asked the people in my car, what is the cost to produce Vito plants in India? And the people said about 6 to 8 cents. In Israel, it's more close to 30 cents. So it's a huge difference because the labor in Israel, it's not $2, $3, $4. It's $60, $70 per working day, okay? So we understood it. And what we started to do, we said, okay, we cannot compete with producing the Vitos, but we can still have many advantages with our mother material, because we are free of diseases. We don't have any diseases, any viruses, nothing in Israel, okay? And because we have a long-term plantation where we can do the selection and the choosing of the right mother material to do it for many years and many years of observation, okay? So we took this as our main business, to spread our mother material all around the world. And this is actually what Ginosar, as the tissue culture, do. Of course, we are also a banana grower. Okay, so we will go now along this plantation and you see some of our clones, okay? Again, I'm really sorry because I don't like this exhibition that takes place in April, because April is the end of the winter in Israel, and all the banana plantation is very arms and suffer a lot. Okay, I would prefer much if people come in August, and then all the plantation is bearing fruit, and you can see the size of the trees and the size of the bunches. But okay, you are now, and we try to get out the best out of what we can see. Hello to the new people who join us. Welcome to Israel. Okay, so let's move over there. This is the mat that we work in. You actually can see the first tree plant that we planted, and this is the first one, this is the second, this is the third, and this is the fourth, okay? And again, this was the 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Okay, you can see the mat, you can see we irrigate with drip. In Israel, most of the growers, 90% of the growers irrigate the plantation with drip irrigation. And how does we compete? How does we compete with the climate? First, look, each one of them, okay, each one of them is shading a little bit on the other guy. So he also give him some support during the cold season. We put in the family all the time grades. Always we have one that harvests, he's going to be the youngest. We have the one that's going to shoot, he's going to be the older, okay? So like always we keep some kind of mother inside the family. This is why also the Israeli grower call this a family, okay? This is a family, we're building a family. For example, it can be that the next sucker selection that I have, this one did not give me a good sucker that I want to continue. So he will go out of the game. He will go out of the game. I will take one from this and maybe two from that, okay? And I will reduce the family, okay? But I will change a little bit the position. We all the time try to play with position, thing like this, because you have to understand us. We have to grow banana for 20 years, not only for 2 cycles or 1 cycle, okay? So sucker selection is a very important, very important in Israel, okay? Take a very important rule, okay? Now somebody also asked me, why don't we cut the brackets? Okay, this is very interesting, okay? And it depends who is the grower, okay? Because everybody know in the world that if you cut the bracket, okay, the fingers will be bigger, and also lots of food and a lot of energy all the time going into the bracket instead of going to the last thing of the banana, but this is the baby, okay? Because me and Uri, we made last year experiment.